I feel weird about WrestleMania 38. I know this doesn't look exciting to you, but I'm honestly kinda interested. Must be me losing my facial hair, right? I'm acting weird lately. Weird! Normally at WrestleMania, the grandest stage of them all, we expect a conclusion of a rivalry between some of the best pro wrestlers they have to offer. This year we're getting Johnny Knoxville and Logan Paul.
Busting my liquids in your throat!
But boys, slap me with the left, more bloated Rikishi cheek that would probably send me to the other side of the world and make me the first one to witness Veer's coming. I'm kinda excited. In a weird way though. Don't get me wrong, it's nothing compared to actually legit WrestleMania matches. But I believe we as wrestling fans kinda forget to just stop overthinking and enjoying it for what it is. Like, we all know this ain't gonna be a 5-star classic, but it's an attraction. And WrestleMania, in some ways, we're always about that. It's not necessarily just some of the best matches on the show. Sometimes we do get matches that are just interesting. We don't expect anything out of it. It just looks cool. It's kinda weird though that I'm interested more in weird ass matches that WrestleMania has to offer than actually legit wrestling match. Like, I'm excited, but am I really? I have admitted this in the past. I have this guilty pleasure in pro wrestling. Goldberg versus The Undertaker, you say? As a real mark, I should probably be angry. It's not gonna be a good match, it's probably going to suck. Am I interested? Yeah. Sometimes we fail to realize it's not always about the quality of the match. It's about the star power, it's about the extravaganza. And this WrestleMania is stupendous. It feels like they're calling WrestleMania stupid, and they have a point. And honestly, I don't mind it. I know many of you hated Shawn Michaels' return to pro wrestling, and sure, it was bad. I know it was bad. But weren't you just a little bit excited? I know you were. There are so many different takes you can have on these kind of matches. You can choose between the mark thinking, where basically you complain about old timers and this guy is old, why are you wrestling? Why are you bald now? I wanna remember you as a sexy boy. Or you can just be like, yeah, this is pro wrestling. They're telling a story. This is a professional wrestler who came out of retirement to prove a point. It's gonna sound so cringe, but with all the knowledge we have in professional wrestling, sometimes it's really hard to enjoy anything. So like I've said in the past, sometimes I'm just trying to watch wrestling in the eyes of a casual. I'm not thinking about the amount of money they make, where they're wrestling, why they're back. Sometimes I just like to sit back and enjoy it for what it is. Now, obviously, sometimes we do get some problems. For example, wrestlers not wrestling properly and maybe being a bit too old. That is obviously an issue. But boys, I've seen people complaining about Edge returning and taking apparently opportunities from younger talent, being too old, looking too old. My boy, I give you 100%. You ain't gonna look like this when you're going to be Edge's age. I'm getting off track here, I should really have a script for these kind of videos, but what I'm basically trying to say is, yes, these matches don't look important, they mean nothing, but it's WrestleMania, it's a show for everything. For the good matches, for the fun stuff, for the extravaganza, and for the marquee matches, whatever it may be. I honestly believe complaining for the sake of complaining is just not cool anymore. So let's talk about these matches. You have your usual WrestleMania Tag Team Championship match, which is not that interesting to me, but nothing weird here. You have Baron Corbin versus Drew McIntyre. I'm really not interested in this match at all. Like, this is a legit professional wrestling match. Two current wrestlers who've been working their asses off every week on SmackDown. I'm not interested. The only thing that I think good can come out of this match is Drew McIntyre kicking out of End of Days, which never happened before. Austin Theory versus Pat McAfee. Look, ain't a good wrestling match. It's not gonna be good. But you're going to watch every single second of it and you're going to enjoy it because it's Pat McAfee, who's not necessarily a professional wrestling, but he's just learning and he's a cool dude. You like the guy and you're gonna be interested to see if he can hang with Austin Theory, and we might even get some crazy ass moments. Like, that's why I like this. I don't know what's gonna happen. It's weird. It's intriguing. This is what happens when they just try to put a bunch of people on the show. Which again, it does make sense, but when you have 2 nights of WrestleMania and you just give us this, Come on. Like, for example, Sasha could easily wrestle someone like Rhea Ripley if you build her correctly. This match looks cool. It's the fan favorites, the Mysterios. Like, can you even say a bad word about these two?
The Familia. We love Familia. I love Familia. They love Familia.
Obviously, with basically every match, the build wasn't that good, but I do fuck with the story. You know, we have two of the most favorite people in the WWE against two of the biggest assholes you could ever imagine. Like, the heat Logan Paul is getting is unbelievable, and aren't you interested? I'm sure you're not happy for Logan. You probably don't like Logan. I don't like Logan, but do I want to see how he performs and what kind of moment we are going to get? Do you want to see Rey Mysterio kicking Logan Paul's ass? Yes, you do. That's the point I'm trying to make. It's intriguing, and sometimes I wouldn't want WrestleMania to be all of these kind of matches, but we have like 2 or 3, right? It's not that bad. I think people are overreacting. Johnny Knoxville versus Sami Zayn. Anything goes. Again, Johnny Knoxville, star of Jackass. In Jackass, anything goes. This match, anything goes. Sami, we love Sami. So it's like, I know we're not gonna get a 5-star match out of this, but dude, can we just watch it as a show and not expect everything to be a perfect 5-star Shawn Michaels Undertaker type of match? It's a shame we probably won't get that on this card, but having these matches on the card does not necessarily mean that we couldn't. And then you have your Edge versus AJ Styles. This is basically for everyone. The casuals will be interested, I will be interested, Marks will be interested. This might be the best match on the card, probably will be. And don't get me wrong, I'm not kissing WWE's ass right here. I'm just saying, yes, it looks more like SummerSlam. Yes, we've seen some of these matches already. But you shouldn't blame these matches for it. I, for one, am happy that we're getting variety. We're going to get a Kevin Owens show. Unfortunately, not a match. I know we expected a match, but, you know, if Stone Cold Steve Austin doesn't want to wrestle, I'm happy it's not a match. That's the whole point. And again, sure, it's not that big of a deal. It's a KO show. But hearing Stone Cold Steve Austin's music at WrestleMania, stunner to Kevin Owens, extravaganza. That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, keep going the rate when you're making such good points.
I know many people will take it the wrong way. You know, like I've said, the build was horrendous, and most of the matches I'm not too crazy about. What I'm trying to say is, it's easy to pick these matches and say, oh, they're taking opportunities from other people. Come on. Becky versus Bianca, sure. Many of you are not going to be interested, but I'm way more interested in this match than Charlotte Flair versus Ronda. And it could tell a pretty good story. I mean, the last time Becky Lynch won against her in like, I don't know, under a minute, right? Like 19 seconds or something like that. I don't know. I don't remember. I don't care. Fuck it. It could tell a story of Bianca Belair finally beating Becky Lynch and winning the championship again. Rebuilding Bianca. This match, I don't give a crap about, but I do expect something big. I think this is going to surprise us. Like, this is the main event of night 1 of WrestleMania. We're gonna get something special, and I honestly hope Ronda Rousey is winning the championship because I cannot stand Charlotte there. I cannot stand Charlotte. I don't want to see any more Charlotte on my television, please. And then we have champion versus champion unification, Brocky, Roman, and sure, not my ideal match. You know, I don't want the championships to get unified. I think most of us don't want to see that. The build was probably the best, even though there's nothing left to say. It was funny seeing Brock Lesnar, you know, being the ultimate farmer. Like, it's like my dreams came true, man. Maybe Veer didn't come, but my dreams did. I've just realized I'm talking this fast because I really gotta pee. I mean, seeing Brock Lesnar on television every week almost was, it was refreshing, you know? I liked it. And they're teasing blood every week, so I think the match itself is gonna be good. I really have high hopes for it, and I'm not gonna be like, well, it's Roman versus... Nah, this is the main event of WrestleMania. We've seen it like for 5,000 times now. This has to be good, you know? And it is kinda intriguing. Is Roman Reigns going to win? Is Brock Lesnar going to win? What's gonna happen with the championships? It is pretty interesting. I'm not too crazy about it. What I'm trying to say to conclude this whole video, it kinda became popular to overreact when it comes to professional wrestling. Sometimes it's justified, I understand. But it's so easy to post a couple of pictures and say, oh, WrestleMania is looking bad. And it's also going to be interesting to see what's gonna happen with Seth Rollins. Are we going to see Cody? Also pretty intriguing. This WrestleMania doesn't look anything near the WrestleManias we've seen in the past. I think the last best WrestleManias were probably WrestleMania 30, WrestleMania 31 was a really good one. WrestleMania 35, maybe. I don't know. The thing is, I probably don't hate any even 27. Yes, it was underwhelming. Yes, the finish was bad. But when you take it as a whole show, you have a bunch of people watching, you have some quality wrestling, you have some variety. It's never really horrible. But anyway, people, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. The Great One, peace, love, and hugs. It's been a pleasure.